Let's do it. So I know a lot of you guys really want to transform your body, especially with the new year rolling around. I know with social media, there's good information out there and there's also bad information. It's kind of hard to know what's what. I'm going to answer a few of your questions like how to build muscle, how hard you should train, how much protein you should be eating, recovery tips. So with that being said, if you guys are interested in men's self-improvement and men's lifestyle in general, make sure to subscribe here. And also feel free to like this video if you found it informative. Comment down below what you think. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So how do you actually build muscle? Muscle building is an adaptation to tension, stress, and muscle damage. And by rebuilding it with proteins, which is the building blocks of muscle, to make it stronger and better to adapt to that tension. If your muscles want to grow, they have to be given a reason to grow. The main point is to progressively overload. Over time, get better, increase the weights, increase the sets, increase the reps, the intensity, shorten the rest intervals, go to the gym more often, get better and better every single day to give your muscles a reason to adapt, to grow, and to change. So for example, this month, let's just say I can deadlift 100 pounds. If I'm still deadlifting 100 pounds next year, I probably didn't make all too much strength and muscle gains as much as I would have if I, let's say, increased it to 130 pounds the next year. You want to make these incremental improvements either every session, every week, every month, just in general. When you look back on your progress, you want to make sure that you're going upwards, whether it's in weight, reps, sets, or volume, intensity, exercise selection, switching things up, getting better, and improving yourself. And so the next logical question would be, how hard should you actually train? And the answer to that is not going to failure every single set, grinding until the weight falls on you, having people spot you and lifting the weights off of you. So essentially RIR, or reps in reserve, is a system for gauging how close you are to technical failure of an exercise. So the ideal amount of intensity you want to put towards your weights and your efforts in the gym is around 3-to-1 reps in reserve, or RIR. So for example, if you push an exercise that's 3 RIR or 3 reps in reserve, that means you do your working sets and you only have 3 left in the tank before you can no longer do any more with proper form. So as far as sets go, I like to keep my sets between 6 and 15 reps. However, you can grow just as well below 6 reps and above 15, providing that the intensity is there, that you're between 3 and 1 reps in reserve or left in the tank before you reach failure. And so a lot of people want to know, how often should I train? How often should you train and go to the gym? And that really depends. Honestly, you can grow from 2 days a week in the gym all the way up to 7 days a week. It all depends on how much time you want to put in and what you want to get out of the gym. If you just want to go in there for general health, just to kind of grow a little bit, to be healthy, and you don't want to make the gym your main priority, you can definitely get away with 2 days a week and for an hour each session, and you'll be probably fine. You do 2 full body sessions, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people, however, want to make the gym their pastime, their passion, and they love it. And so they go there 6-7 times a week and they get great results as well. Now, I'm not saying that you can get the same results from 2 days as 7, let's say. However, as long as you guys are working out your muscles 2 to 3 times per week per muscle group, and that the weights that you guys are choosing are between 1 and 3 reps in reserve shy of failure for your intensity, then I'd say that's pretty sufficient for most people when it comes to muscle growth and strength progression. So with working out the way, now comes actual diet, recovery, and actually building your body through the kitchen. And so a question that a lot of people get confused by is, well, how much protein should I eat? You know, you can't just work out and not consume protein if you want to grow efficiently in the most optimal way. So when it comes to how much protein you want to eat per day, it really comes down to a pretty good range, and that is between 0.7 grams all the way to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. So if I weigh 165 pounds, I should be eating anywhere from 115 grams of protein per day all the way up to 165 grams of protein per day. That's following that general rule of thumb of 0.7 grams all the way up to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. It's probably more optimal to be getting protein at the higher end of that threshold. However, if you only can consume 0.7 grams of protein for that day, then you'll be fine. But it obviously is more optimal to have more protein in your diet. So the next question that everyone always gets confused about is a whole idea of cutting versus bulking versus main gaining. So ideally what you want to do is you want to slowly gain weight with enough protein intake, with enough fats and carbohydrates at a rate of about 1/2 pound a week, which comes out to roughly 2 pounds a month. Any less than that, it's very, very hard to track your calories and to track your weight 1/4 pound a week with water fluctuations and such. And so if you're gaining 2 pounds a month, if you do that over a course of over half of a year, 6 to 7 months, that's about a 12 to 14 pound rate of gain. And I think that's a pretty good ratio considering how much strength and muscle you're also building. And so what you want to do after you're done bulking is you want to cut down that weight for no more than 8 weeks at a time, because it gets very fatiguing on your body and on your mind actually when you cut weight for more than 8 weeks. And you want to lose about 1 pound a week while trying to maintain your strength and your muscle at the same time as you're lowering back down the weight. And the whole goal of cutting and bulking is to gain weight, gain muscle, gain strength. And once you reach a weight that you're comfortable with, you start cutting down the fat while you're holding onto that new gained strength. So now you have a new set point to restart the whole process over again. And between cuts and bulks, you actually want to maintain your weight to actually help your body reset, help your mind reset before you go into a long journey of cutting your calories versus increasing your calories. So I've made the mistake of actually going all the way up to 200 pounds and cutting all the way down to 155 pounds. And it's just not that good for your body to be making such drastic changes on your physique. Try to stick between 10 to 15 pounds between your cutting and your bulking. You don't want to have a 30 and 40 pound difference between your lowest body weight and your highest body weight, and doing that every single year, it can really take a toll on your body. And so some final recovery tips besides diet and besides training: sleep. Sleep is an extremely important factor when it comes to recovering and growing and constantly getting better at the gym. If you guys are only sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night after all that training, it doesn't matter how good your diet is, you're still going to not recover as well as you could be. So ideally, you want to sleep anywhere between 8 to 9 hours a day. I find 9 hours to be optimal for me. That is actually 6 total sleep cycles, which is 90 minutes per sleep cycle. So as far as vitamins and supplementation, I'd say the only vitamins that you guys really need is vitamin D3, which most people are deficient in, as well as a general multivitamin that ideally has a good amount of zinc in it. And then lastly is protein powder. There's nothing magical about protein powder. However, it helps you reach your protein target if you're having a hard time stuffing down your eggs, your tuna, your beans, your chicken, your steak, and whatever. Protein powder really helps you get into that higher threshold range of the 0.7 to 1 gram of protein like we discussed earlier. So there's nothing magical about it. It's just a food supplement. Add it on top of your meals. Don't just use it in place for your meals. You guys can have a pre-workout if you want, if you guys need that a little extra caffeine just to help you progress through your workouts a bit better if you're working out early in the morning. However, you don't need pre-workout. I've recently been using it and it works for me. However, don't become too reliant on it. Now when it comes to fitness, working out, getting stronger, building muscle, diet, counting calories, I genuinely love learning about this stuff. In my free time, I actually go on YouTube and listen to lectures by Renaissance Periodization, Jeff Nippard, but I know that most people are not like that and just want a personal trainer to just tell them exactly what to do. And so someone that I can personally vouch for is my best friend, Matt Johnson. He's a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. And essentially he started his business called Pursuit Lifestyle Fitness. And his whole philosophy is to give you guys your dream physique and change it for the better while still eating the foods that you guys love every day. He's really great at it, and all of his clients definitely love his work, and the testimonies definitely speak for themselves. He doesn't just throw you a schedule and transform your body. He also teaches you a way so you can take care of yourself in the future without ever needing personal training again. I think that's really valuable, and that's something that not a lot of coaches provide. So definitely take advantage of that. If you guys are interested in personal training, be sure to check out my friend Matt Johnson at Pursuit Lifestyle Fitness. Also leave a link down below so you guys can go check him out. So I know we cover a lot of information in this video, guys. Feel free to go back to different parts of the video and rewatch it just in case you guys need a refresher. Make sure to just save it to your watch later playlist just to go back and refer to it whenever you need to. If you guys ever want me to explain things in this video a bit more clearly, or maybe talk about other things in fitness, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll catch you guys all in that next one.